for Ici Japon. Having something like the Jax, how do you stop it? How do you stop it once you get into those late games when he's in the side lane?
A very good point. Battle dance.
Ah. So he battle shimmies out of that one.
Shimmies. Yeah.
Sachet away.
But it is not the superiority of my brain. All right, well, anyone out there, if you learn about the flow state today, make sure you drop me a message as I want to find out a little bit more, maybe about the play. The jump back good call. The Forge got even better though. Howling, it's a circle of life until he's dead. First blood's going to be a trade there. Cax managed to get maintenance down in the end, so both top laners are dead. Both top laners still have TP though to match.
As traded kills for the junglers work out in favor of Wukong, who's got a bigger first power spike than Sejuani has with that Triforce.
True. Anything else? Not real.
Yeah, it's not great either. It's tough to execute as well.
True. This might be as well. I mean, Enzo, once again, might be caught out. He pulls out the Magnet Storm. Permafrost is going to follow, though, and Theocax runs right into the fight with Heartsteel. He's tanking up until now. He flashes away, starts with Shove as Isma. Gets a Cyclone of the Gods. In goes Han Sam D, though. Flashes for the ulti, and now pulls out this big gun. Enzo is one shot away, and Han Sam D in the blinding light will not find anything in amidst that darkness either. So, a kill goes down as Isma in the end opens up Dragon. IJC once again winning out a fight in yet another game.
Limping away, KCB only losing one member, but it was close to even more falling down here. Ici Japon demonstrating once again their superior team fighting and skirmishing. It was the story of game number 1, and so far with these two teams, you know, I want to see better objective setup, you know, and so the question would be, can we get that to work in these teams for the advantage? Because so far it's been kind of sloppy, right? And specifically sloppy from KCB is here. This blue buff contest might be more.
But Enzo has gone on to Certus. The follow-up's going to come through, call the Forge God and Cyclones. A long-range engage there. Victor this early with a Searing Charge. Doesn't do much, but he's taken a while to die. They've moved into a choke, so an option here for Han Sam D to start firing away. But X is doing the same thing. And on this Ashe, he got some bullets down. Big shutdown as well. X are now on the board in a big way.
IJC just getting a little bit too complicated. Doing things early. They do have the tools to make it happen early on. And IJC, they want to be chilling, but this is a TP coming through to a Jin trap. They're going to contest.
Hard commit, no steal. Smite not there for Theocax. The engage has started off. Enzo gets in. A Magnet Storm easily done. It's from the rear. Maitner has lined it up, but Han Sam D opens up first, and Howling is drawing the whole team with a Mega Blast Cone as well. He pops back in! Howling just got out and then decided to die. Round 2, why not? I think a bit of an in.
A tiny bit of an in right there for Howling. That was a howler. That's what that was. That was. You don't want to be grouping up, especially now, potentially ever, right? And you want to play through Howling in that side lane. It's KCB who want you grouped up, and you're playing right into their hands.
And I mean, KC Blue as well, like, their damage is building up faster than you'd expect to. You look at Isma setting up the engage onto Theocax as a tankiest member, and so might not get the engage, but they're forced once again. IJC to move out of position. They've lost all control over this Dragon and spawning in 5 seconds. Mid push is going to go over to them as well. And so you can see Howling just committing to sides, because what else do you do at this point when KC Blue group up for a 5-man stack? Even moving towards mid turret. With the Herald going down as well, ulti missing onto Isma. No catch, no pick, and they're going to lose an objective for it as well.
A turret down though for EC. They get to hold that one out for now. That mid-tier one is always quite important. We'll be taking that Dragon Overall KCB alongside the feat that has been secured for them a little while back. This is more what I want to see, honestly, from Ici Japon. I think this is kind of how they should be playing out their team comp. You stick Howling in that side lane. You let him play for the side, for the towers. He's already got one. And like, you're kind of seeing it a little bit on the mini-map, but yeah, like, Mainter showed up, and Howling didn't stop. He just kept pushing, and Mainter's only issue, the only thing 15 minutes until you're happy to contest, happy to play for things, and get all eyes constantly as a hold it still. X is in trouble.
Arrow for curtain call, and obviously you're not going to do anything about that, but it's ulti for ulti, and so might be caught out. He can't rush down in time. Prime sets up with the quickness, and down goes Enzo in the end. Han Sam D yet another kill. This is the carry of IJC yet again in this game. So getting resources onto this Jin, while there is an Ornn, it's still working out for the squishies.
All right, now look at the map, see what's happening here. Not too much. That's just another random kill. Nothing happening. And it's going to be a very slow time for Howling to push into this tier 1 bot, as he's got to start from his innos. We have the wall, yeah.
But Call the Forge God is a pinch, so maybe onto Theocax, he kites forward, flashes away from the seismic shot. There's good poke, but the teleport means IJC want to commit a little bit more to this. Mate in the front line. Certus has no damage. The teleport may be a little bit high feet after KC Blue. Feels like they blew some of them.
To get them through this early stage where they can't team fight, where they still need to scale, and it's through Jax creating loads of pressure, kind of Bousy-esque pressure is what I want to see, right, from Howling. But they're just not doing it.
Well, Certus, really nice sidestep there. Slowq might be in a bit of trouble. It's a 1.5 item Victor, but he's dodged everything from this Talia. Also, the Archangel shield is now down. Rather, Seraph's as Slowq just backs away. No one nearby. Certus going to run down the wave, and we look for the burst. That 1v1 might continue a little bit later while everyone's eyes are towards top. No Baron available, but Atakan, that's where it spawns, and the push from Howling enables IJC to get control of River.
45 seconds until this Dragon comes up, and we know how these teams have been playing. They're going to contest this. Both of them are going to bash theirs up against the wall and try and find a way, for better or for worse. And whereas I would like to put this in the
up and available, Isma just hovers and threatens now with 2 items on the Wukong as well. Over the wall, Theocax finds it, flashes in a straight line. Slowq, that ain't in. Arrow not going to find anything, but Howling gets a kill. Isma gets the ulti as it's all a wombo though, and set up with a Magnet Storm. IJC stayed for maybe a little bit too long. Flash away after the rhythm goes down. And so it gets poked a little bit. That's the Victor's Chaos Storm doing its work. Hansumdi hasn't unleashed the damage yet. Looking for some autos to come out onto main. It means nothing. Enser is the engage tool who's poked out on the back end as Curtain Call is going to fly into this Ornn, trying to get this other engage tool down nice and low. Howling thinking about how he can get in and go, but the Searing Charge set up. Mater in trouble. Flashes in a straight line yet again. We're going to stop doing that as Hansumdi is still carrying. Dragon goes down, but now KC Blue have to get the hell out of dodge. Hans is running this game. And if they stay any further, KC Blue are going to get taken the neck down.
Yeah,
about
KC.
Hansumdi. Like, this guy is almost 3 items strong, and yes, Infinity Edge is coming, and you'll say, yeah, but there's no one in the way. But against these squishies, as Howling might be doing the same thing, Slowq in a lot of trouble. Remember, those boots aren't going to do anything for him. Wall, not negated. Timing there from Howling, maybe a little bit late to games, but all around, it is a bit of a vacuum, isn't it? That's the hardest thing, is like, these teams know each other well, as Slowq doesn't know that Howling's in the bush. And again, bopped away. Howling with a solo kill. It happens again. Slowq is indeed having a roughie.
Please do not TP mid, Howling. Please stay bot.
True.
Please stay bot. Push. We have the numbers advantage now.
Down there as well. More important piece maybe to the team fight, you could argue, is set up there from KC Blue. But remember, they've got numbers disadvantage until they teleport in. But in front of the face of Jax, they can't do that at 6k. Disengage from bot on the bottom right of your mini-map. Theocax might be able to look for the turnaround. Enser sets up with the Magnet Storm with the Cyclone as well. It's good from Isma, but now it's only onto the tank. Victor has scaled, and Certus flashes forward to get the damage down. Onto Exa, who gets poked out. Certus is willing to die for it because they've got a GA. One withdrawal already. Set up from Maitner. He's teleported in. Searing Charge is good. And onto Theocax, he gets a little bit, but Howling joining in is just that much bigger, it seems, now that all the engage is down. Maitner is going to die for real. A shutdown over to Howling as well. Ulti out from Slowq. This Talia has had minimal impact while the rest of IJC are fighting their way back into this game.
Dude, Certus right-clicked the blast cone as Slowq was going over it on a wall, and it very nearly bopped Slowq off. That was crazy.
Oh, deadly flourish as well. Wait. Hansumdi has flash available. He gets movement speed off the minions. I think Slowq might be dead. Certus looking for the withdrawal. He can run for this. Slowq flashes forward, shields out. It is a withdrawal, but Hansumdi, deadly flourish collected. That trade is not worth it.
That's not even technically a kill, bruh. Can't pick it up, but just look how different this would have been if IJC, these were proper deaths, right? If this was actual deaths here, it would have been completely different and much better for KC Blue.
Well, Isma, he's caught out to come back to life. I don't know what's happened here, but Isma is just dead. Certus drops the Chaos Storm, the Arcane Storm, whatever version you prefer. Jungler's down for 40 seconds. Dragon's for free now by IJC, and Ici Japon is running the map now all of a sudden. I've got to say, the mid-game has not gone well in both these games by KC Blue. The team fights, when they come down to it, IJC
they got in game 1, and now in game 2 as well. at this point, it's scary for KC Blue because IJC's come online and now they're going for the Baron.
Oh, Theocax right in front of it, happy to tank it up for the time being, while KC Blue, their entrance is negated. Howling is now on a flank on top of a ward, and so might jump in, but that Baron's going to be dead. He will be too if he steps any further forward. Good zoning, clean control, not overstaying. Baron, 4K gold lead now in game 2 by AJC.
30 minutes KCB had to try and make it happen with this early game. It's a tough drop. How do you stop the onslaught here?
Yeah.
The Octopus.
Bro, I am having takoyaki tonight, it seems, as IJC willing to face check this as well. Good little shove back there. Cax has to flush away, but look how deep they are. The turnabout, set up with Prime and the quickness as well, and Howling moving into the choke. It's a good ulti from Mainter, but his shove gets nothing. IJC still all alive, and Howling in the middle. You're right. How does this guy die? He walks in, level 18 on the Jax. He doesn't even go down to half HP.
Pretty scuffed engage for IJC, but still comes out on top, and it's still enough with the Baron buff to push down mid lane as well. That's 1 turret. Potentially to be 2 turrets here as well, especially if you count the top lane. That's going to fall down to Howling. No hesitation now playing the side lane.
Yep.
Not much left standing here for KCB as far as structures go.
It's a 3K gold Baron power play already. 1:20 left to go. Bot now being pinged out and in a turret there working because obviously IJC were opting into it. But then a little bit more time given. No advancement from KC Blue. And then suddenly the 5v5s are a lot harder to play out. When those elements become unkillable themselves, they don't get the perfect engage like this. Ulti pulled out.
Unfortunately for KC Blue as well, they actually have a pretty good pick comp, right? Like you have good skirmishing tools, good skirmishing
like
damage. Hold that door.
Especially if enemy jungler's inting, running in a little bit early. Exa is on a killing spree for now. Curtain Call doing some work. Isma gets half shot at half health. Slowq in trouble, Howling in as well. Wait. He burns, he turns, and he's taken on the whole team. There's the Zhonya's. While Isma just gets destroyed by Hansam-D. Even with their jungler running into 5 people, KC Blue just got traded.
That was a giga caster curse, I'm not going to lie, about not finding picks. But it doesn't matter. And this is where the game becomes almost unplayable now, you'd say, for KC Blue. Even when things go well, they're
given over. Isma needs a miracle still here, and Theocax not going to get Searing Charge in the end as well. Lights on for the Dragon because at 4K the arrow gets thrown out. Hansam-D doesn't blink. He pulls out the Captain Jack while Howling pulls down the inhib turret. Prime's going to get engaged on. It's a miss though. There we go. Quickness as well. Theocax walks on in. Still no smite. He's going to die. It's a little bit messy from IJC while the Dragon still goes down. Slowq's in as well. This is a mistake. But Hansam-D's still not dead. Maitner running for his life. Deadly Flourish. Howling's joined in as well. And even after every play looks a little bit messy, even after they lose 2, it still feels like it's going to be an even trade. Yes, Dragon for KC Blue. But at the end of the day, it's inhib turret and top. You got to add to that mix as well.
Well, you delayed the soul for KC Blue. A little bit more life left in you for this game.
I see a positive for KC Blue, but I'm still in my voice and obviously my words. I'm skeptical because Ici Japon, they just keep finding so many picks off the back end when it all looks horrible, when it looks like a bad engage. Isma zoned off. Baron is staring them in the face. Vision is lackluster right now, still for KC Blue. Getting out of their own jungle seems pretty hard as Enzo's going to face check here. He gets ulti straight away. Prime with the quickness as well. Gets over, finds a 2-man. And look, Hansam-D might be running into a tank, but with a Victor by his side, that tank's going to do nothing. Sends out the ulti, but into Prime. Again, it doesn't matter. The curtain call, but for whom? It could be with a seismic shove thrown out as well. The last shot thrown through just to send KC Blue packing away from the Baron. That could just be IJC's.
Didn't need to get any kills. Don't need to find a big old team fight. Push down the Nexus. It's enough to push them away and move on to the Baron. But KC Blue, they're not finished.
Well, there's no ulti from Isma though. Slowq needs to get a perfect Weaver's Wall. Baron pulled off for a potential throw as that ward spots the health bar. But Theocax, he's got a lot of lettuce to munch on for the time being. Apparently it's honeydew either way. Fruit, vegetables, both good for you. And both setting you up. Mainter here is by himself over the wall. Enzo is there. Deadly Flourish not going to connect. And IJC still trying to find a pick here for an over 7 KC Blue.
Ooh, okay, we get a bit of time to breathe now in this game.
Now look up here. This is what the Observer does. Tells you where to look, so I don't have to tell you. With the Blast Cone, now you're going to watch at this Jack's flank again. Shattering Strike is out, but Enser might be the target. He's getting bopped around a little bit. A seismic shove away. KC Blue are disengaging an Enser. Close to a permafrost, but no Sejuani nearby. It's a good call, the Forge God, but it's a disengage. It doesn't set up with the arrow as well. That's 1. 2 ultis down, and a low health rel from Enser. Good health bars from IJC. Baron starts again.
Last time IJC started this up, KC Blue tried to contest. Yeah, we're not messing about with this, are we? IJC, they certainly don't want to throw this game away with a sloppy Baron play. Especially with Dragon spawning in 20 seconds, and that would be Soul, arguably more valuable than the Nash at this point.
True.
It's easy to take away as well. The question being, can KC Blue pull out another miracle stop? Or does the Cinderella story of game number 2 end here?
Waiting for Enser. Howling has found the rel once again. He got low before off this Jax. Magnus Storm going to be used as well. Flash away, or rather, Zhonya's from the shove. Howling has now found a new target. Onto Exa. So he gets the stun up, and Howling is now just carrying the game in this one fight. Enser was no business being there, and as he tried to walk into the rest of the fight, 2 members now lay dead. Big death timers here at 40 minutes. Soul's going to be taken, and again, we're just back at this point where the game feels like it's still in IJC's favor.
Well, Certus got caught right at the beginning of that fight. Looks kind of good for KC Blue, but not good enough.
Just in case, Prime is zoning off. Actually just going to play defensive here around the Baron. Not going to go down super fast with Sam D. I mean, that was a 2K, 2.5K, 4th shot, by the way. Look at the damage. He's doing 1,000 each shot.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Kind of Cho'Gath ult on a 4 to attack cooldown at this point when you've got 6 items. Kind of spooky stuff. Man, as much as KCB have been holding on at this point, you know, Soul, Baron, things just keep slipping away from them, and you have to feel like it's going to get harder and harder to hold on. We are 42 minutes into the game, which is probably a good 15 longer than it should have been, but Howling.
There is good damage. He's got Wit's End, though, to negate as he wants those auto attacks down. Call the Forge God going to be used. Howling caught out yet again. Seismic Shove flashed away from. They've used a lot now with the Searing Charge as well. KC Blue, no call. That's down. No arrow either for a short amount of time, but they do find some Jax.
Make it efficient. Here he is, though. He's back on the map. Here's Howling.
There we go.
Who stops him? Who stops him?
Waves aren't synced up. That's the only thing I'll say, but at the very least, you're right. What stops this? Is call the Forge God onto Certus.
Push mid, push mid.
Major thinks about it. There's a good shove back, but it's onto the Sejuani. And so Theokak's happy to absorb it. A double inhibitor now down. Certus using the pressure. Isma flashes for the Cyclone because he needs a kill, but this Victor is scaled. Isma running away, but not with his life. He's in the fountain. 60 seconds dead on the jungler. 4 versus 5. The Chaos Storm growing to push the wave, and this feels like the last stand that just went on and on and on and on. KC Blue might be #1 seed yet again for the LFL, but you look towards the French fans, I think they'll be supporting something in the ocean this time around rather than a land animal known as a blue wall. That's right. Objects of things. Maintenance is going to take a bullet. So is Enser. The 4th might just kill somebody, and in the end, with Victor damage down, this will finally be the game. 45 minutes of determination, but it's not enough for KC Blue. Match point, a 2-0 start. And this team has come out of the woodwork with surprises today.
History made for IJC in 2025. The first time that they've brought